1964, our family arrived in El Paso, Texas from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Dad was assigned to Fort Bliss as the Canadian liaison officer. We checked into the Roadway Inn here on Montana, across the street from the old Oasis, for our first hamburger in El Paso. It's gone now. Our family was very happy to be in El Paso, Texas after freezing in Winnipeg. It was 100 degrees. That afternoon of July 4th, 1964, the first thing we did was come visit the Harry Whiting family, and they recommended the Eastwood area. We moved into this house on Suez and Album Street. It was a lovely house. It was the best house we ever lived in. My connection to the Eastwood Troopers goes way back to 1958. This is a photo of myself and Harry Whiting. We were neighbors in Picton, Ontario, Canada. Hi, I'm Douglas Gowland, and I went to Eastwood High School, and we're here for some Trooper Talk with Douglas Gowland. Talk about an ego, I'm going to interview myself. I'm here at the high school for the reunion. It doesn't look like our high school. What they do to it? They fixed it up, I guess. But the reunion is today, so we're going to have a little Trooper Talk with me, and, we're here early. I'm here for the 50th reunion of our class, 1966. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's locked. I'll try the lunchroom door. It's locked. Nobody here. I know I'm early. Well, I'll sit over here by the bell and wait for some friends to show up for the reunion. Looks like the tennis courts are gone, but there's the logo on the stadium up there. Looks like they've added another gym right here. That used to be the basketball courts. There's the doorway into the old locker room. As football players, we had to pass through that door. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, let me tell you, for a team that was 2-7-1. And you're right. We never forget. Football meant a lot to me at Eastwood High School, and I had a lot of fun here on this field. Played with Blake Edmond, Bill Dauberside, Vic Drake, Owen Roderick, Greg Root, a whole slew of great players. Steve Irwin, Bill Kowarski, those guys were all district. They were great players. And we were coached by Fred Harvey, J.C. Gocher, T.W. Harvey, and John Ladner. They were all great people. Had a lot of fun out here on this field. I was born in Brockville, Ontario, Canada. My dad was in the Canadian military. We lived in Picton. That's where I met Harry Whiting. We lived in Kingston. Then family moved to Virginia, back to Kingston, and then we lived in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. In 1963, my dad went to Vietnam, and he was gone for a full year. And in 1964, we moved to El Paso, Texas. Eastwood High School was perfect for me. I met a lot of great people that I'm still friends with. And I enjoyed my junior and senior year here. I liked Eastwood High School. After Eastwood, I went to UTEP, Texas Western College for us old guys. And I graduated, had a good 4 years there. I actually graduated, and I went to work for the Prudential Insurance Company. Then I moved on to Dallas. Dallas was my bright light in big city. I went to work for a auto parts company. I went to SMU to study real estate. I went to Richland College to study writing. I went to the University of Texas, Dallas, to get a master's in business science until I took a class in statistics. Then I went to Europe, and then I went to work in a steakhouse for about 4 or 5 years. Those were the lost years. I was trying to find myself. And then I got cast in a 7-Eleven commercial. It was a real fluke. I got cast in that 7-Eleven commercial, so I started taking some acting classes and voice lessons to learn how to talk. And it was really enjoyable. I got cast in some more 7-Eleven commercials. I took some classes on how to act, and I was cast in some community theater. I decided I would move on up to New York City for a year to go to HB Acting School and NYU Film School. I ended up staying 30 years. In those 30 years, I wrote a book called Wade. It's a novel. You can get it at Amazon. I was cast in some movies and some plays. I did off-Broadway plays. You can check me out on IMDb. And after about 30 years in New York City, all Texans come home. When we grew up here in Eastwood, the Montana Highway was our limit. And the desert started right there at the edge of the stadium, and I-10 was down here, and Burgess hadn't grown out to us. We were isolated. It was just us. And now, 50 years later, it is just us. And we have nothing but our memories. But thanks to Trooper Nation, we can stay in touch because it's just us.
Are you Doug the Trooper? I have a letter for you, sir.
Who's sending me a letter? Doug, the 50th reunion for the El Paso Eastwood Troopers is in New Braunfels? New Braunfels? New Braunfels?